Social Network
Blockchain
Borderless World
Free Trade
International Love
หนึ่งคำสำหรับโลกาภิวัตน์ก็ใช้คำว่านัวแล้วกันค่ะเพราะว่าคำว่านัวเนี่ยมันคือการปนกันอะสำหรับโลกาภิวัตน์เนี่ยมันไม่ใช่ว่ามีแค่วัฒนธรรมจากข้างนอกหรือว่าอิทธิพลจากข้างนอกเข้ามาข้างในเท่านั้นแต่มันมีผลจากข้างในที่ส่งออกไปข้างนอกด้วยมันก็เลยทำให้เกิดความนัวเกิดความปนกันเกิดขึ้นค่ะ
So in the previous clip you see the understanding from many people. Next, let's see the definition of globalization from scholars. First, James Rosnow. He was an American political scientist and international affairs scholar. He defined that the globalization is not the same as globalism, which points to aspiration for an end state of affairs, where in value are shared by pertinent to all the world's 5 billion people, the environment, the roles as citizens, consumers, and producers, with an interest in collective actions designed to solve common problems. Nor is it universalism's value which embrace all humanity, hypothetically and actually. Second is Philip G. Cerny. He is a professor emeritus of politics and global affairs at Manchester University and Rutgers University. Cerny stated that globalization is the relationship between territoriality and authority, shifting authority from the level of the state to supranational and subnational levels, and a set of economic and political structures and processes deriving from the changing character of the goods and assets that comprise the base of international political economy, or IPE. In particular, the increasing structural differentiations of those goods and assets. So, the last one is from our professor, Jutatip Kaitaptim, Associate Professor at เกษตรศาสตร์ University. She defined that the globalization is the procedure that cover and link the global society under the same condition.
The first one is the changing of world system. The world system changed to multipolar system because there were many actors in world system, such as NMC, NGO, and individual. So the role of state was decreased. The government in many countries tried to make a free trade policy to attract the investment from foreigners. They hope that those investments will be benefit to their economy. The second is the development of technology, especially information technology. The revolution of information technology rapidly spread information from one hemisphere to another. The current situation of information technology has made the state virtually uncontrolled. Leakage of data and this situation also made the world to be a borderless world. From my experience, when I was young, I saw when people want to communicate with others, they had to send a letter for communicating and wait for a long time. Or when we want to buy something such as toy, commodity, and egg. So I walk to buy from the nearest convenience store. Nowadays, the letter and the nearest convenience store are not necessary. There are many ways to communication. For example, they can communicate with other people who stay far away from home by their phone and they reply immediately. or we can buy anything by just click on our smartphone.
The globalization spreads around the world, not even the country that's tied to both media or public opinions. We will give you an example from the situation of China. The Communists of China ruled China for 70 years, and there is closer policy to close the country. This policy was on processes until the mid-1970s, so the internet was controlled over by the government, includes the media, freedom of expression, reproductive health, and freedom of religions. Then some people don't agree. Moreover, the Chinese government don't want Chinese citizens access to the foreign website, especially from the United States, due to the government doesn't want people show and share their opinions about political security and the sensitivity in China. And the government increases the legal standards of website filtering from overseas. Although there is more freedom, but it still sticks and criticism of the government. But after the globalization affects people around the world, so China gives people more freedom to access to the internet. For example, China announced the freedom of the internet such as unblock Facebook, Twitter during the Winter Olympics in 2022. In conclusion, we will see how globalization influenced too many countries. Even though the communists like China can't stand with the changing of the world. So China must adapt to global system for better relationships in many dimensions.
Globalization represents free trade, which promotes global economic growth, creates jobs, makes companies more competitive, and lower price for consumers. But the biggest problem of developed countries is that jobs are lost and transferred to lower cost countries. People can access to information technology, but some information is unreliable.
In globalization period, the free trade was promoted around the world, but it had a big gap between the developing countries and developed countries. Multinational corporations have invested across the world, but destroyed the environment of developing countries and cultural assimilation. The role of state was decreased, and there are more actors to balance the power, such as NGO and NMC.
Inequality between developing and developed countries is not only in Thailand, but also around the world. Around 20 to 30 years ago, globalization and international trade expanded. Then, goods and services distributed over the world. Expansion of goods and services catch up money to the supplier in the developing country. On the other hand, inequality was also happened in developing countries, such as the case of H&M 2018. There are interviews of supplier factories in India and Cambodia. They said none of the workers earn anything close to a living wage, which would allow them to cover their family's basic needs. There are many unskilled labor in developing countries. In contrast, the developed country has the unskilled labor less than the developing country. The reason why globalization cannot solve inequality because globalization focuses on skilled labor more than unskilled labor. Next, solving the problem. The government and agency of the developing country should promote to enhance skill of laborers, include education for unskilled laborers to give chance to make more income for free trade. For example, there are many agriculturists in developing countries, so these agriculturists should take the technology to add value that can decrease poverty and inequality in developing countries.
of like globalization, in my opinion, is useful. It can be advantage to many dimensions, especially accessing to data for learning or open up my mind.
In contrast, if we use the globalization in a bad way, for example, we get or we take the wrong data, we use it, and finally it had a bad result to us, to another. So we must to use the globalization in a good way, proper time, proper situation, and proper context.
The other advantage of globalization is in economy dimension. Definitely, the globalization can create many jobs in developing countries and make their economy grow.
Well, on the other hand, we have a problem about equality issues. So we have to enhance our skill to get rid of this problem.
Okay, thank you for watching. สวัสดีค่ะ